cool because I put over 600 seamless crop plots on mine for the guy.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So these crop plots on the S Plus, if you use an S Plus, they will snap to your foundations, and then they just snap to each other on top of each other.
Mm.
Yep.
And you can use the S Plus farmer, but I prefer to just use the gardener and the soul terminals. So let's see here. If I go, oh, I can't get to it. Hang on. Let me grab this. Okay. So in my soul terminal, I have 2 of them set up for all these crops in here. And I'll let's see. Unlock. I'll let you guys peek in there, but I've got like 6 dung beetles and then like 6 gigas in here producing stuff. But that's and I start out like with the automation. I'll pull up my wheel and you can see it in on Twitch. But I have miscellaneous poop generation, and beetles convert poop. I have those 3 on. And then, depending on the dinos you have in there for creating your feces, since I only have the gigas or rexes in there, I just have large and massive, and I set like 20 stacks to each of those, and then I just put fertilizer at 200. And then you can change down here. It says fertilizer per plot. I started that out with like 20 and let everything fill up, and then I slowly increased it up to 60. So I always start out with a smaller number because you only need a little bit to get your plant started. And then as your automation is, keeping up with things, you can crank that up a little bit more. The S Plus crop plots do hold 75, but I never have them completely full. And then my little harvester here, or not harvester, my gardener, excuse me, my gardener, of course, she's full of a ton of Y seeds and crops and everything. Let's see here. If I unlock it, you might be able to see what's inside her. So yeah, okay. So on this we never want to do ignore. Well, I'm sorry. No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of harvest. On the destroy list, I have it destroying the seeds of the crops, like the citronelle, long grass, rock carrot, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you don't want to do the ignore because then it won't. I know on the harvester that's outside chopping stuff, if you put stuff on the ignore list, like if you tell it to ignore fiber, it won't pull any berries for you. It'll stop pulling all the little plants that give you berries and seeds and things. So you always have to make sure you put it on the destroy list and not the ignore list.
Yep.
So, and then, so she's powered by the tech gen. I think you can make beer and give it to her and she'll pull everything. So
Sure,
now exactly. I don't have any of the berries in this one. Whoever's inside, if you want to come on out now. I don't want to get you stuck inside. That way you don't have to I don't have to keep holding it. I have a pull button right here that takes it from the gardener, my harvester, and I'll show you. I'll pull up the edit transfers button, and then I'll show it to you guys on stream. but I've got like amberberries, all the berry seeds and stuff, fiber plant, hide, keratin, long grass, anything that's being harvested outside, and then also things that are in the soul terminals. So I've got the bee honey from the beehives outside, black pearls, silica pearls from the soul terminals, the Y traps, Y seeds, oil, spoiled meat, wool, mammalian milk, spoiled milk, bio oil, element shards. Um, a lot of this is pulling. This is pulling from the harvester, the beehive, the soul terminal, and the gardener. So it's pulling everything, and then it'll automatically just send it to the. It will send it to the Deddies. I've got it where it says destination include Deddy storage.
What about that?
And to set up one of these buttons, what you want to do is you go to edit transfers, and it'll come up and it'll show presets. You want to click on the preset button here, and then when you do that, you click on like the one that you want to program, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go to. I'll select preset 2. Then you click on this gear icon right next to it, and you can name it. So I'm just going to put test stream, and then you hit the check mark right here to save it. And then now you want to add, so like if I just wanted to, then you just go through the sources of what you're looking for. So I'm going to find the soul terminal, for instance. You just keep scrolling. Everything's in alphabetical order when you're doing this. There it is. It says soul terminal DS. So that puts it in the source. Then the items to transfers, you can do a search for the items that you want to transfer. Paste. And then make sure you have a destination of your Deddy storage. And then all you got to do is hit save. And it'll say preset saved at the top here. And then when you do, then if you want to change the active transfer, you go down here on the wheels and set active transfer, and then I can go this one here, test stream, and now it only pulls what I just told it. So if I want to set it back to the other, I go back to set transfer, that's to Deddy's. Yeah, it's on that one, and then you hit active, and then it it empties out my soul terminals, the gardener, and everything, and all throws it into the Deddies here.
Can we imagine doing all this manual?
Exactly.
Without
Yeah.
the technology.
Yeah. So in my soul terminals, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but some of you know, but text striders produce element shards in the soul terminal.
What?
Yes.
Yep.
So what?
Propagator.
Yes, and what I did with the propagator is I've read the how far do the transfers work? Usually it's 50 up to 50 foundations.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. So as long as your harvester or whatever is outside is getting power, then that means that everything should reach just fine. And then text striders will give shards. Of course, Akatinas will give Akatina paste, which is the same thing as cementing paste. Your tech, like your tech dinos, will give you bio oil, which is the same as regular oil. So this one's unlocked. It was unlocked. Okay, yeah, this one here is unlocked. You'll see kind of what I have in here. I've got Striders, Phoenix. I've got like 1 or 2 Obus in there, and some Tech Griffins in there, and they produce And then these other 2 soul terminals, black pearls come from the Phoenix.
It's actually cool to find out.
Yep.
And then if you think the regular Foley kits, they make all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cold can because of the mod that we have on the server.
Cracking better.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of different materials.
Yep.
It'll give you crank arrows, metal arrows.
But now
If you need biotoxin,
All
check
you
out the
gotta do is mix them in the
vibarium.
basket, release them, and then soul ball them, and then throw them in the terminal. With the passive generation on, you're good.
Yeah. Now these are vibariums. I use individual glass ceilings and half walls to kind of just stack these all in one place. But each map, like you set one to island, one to scorched, and one to aberration, and they will produce raw meat. You can get biotoxin, and then depending on the dinos you put in it, you can get a whole bunch of other stuff. If you look at those vibarium spreadsheets that I gave you, my Fjorder base, I do not have a gotcha farm. All I have is 3 vivariums with about 100 and some dinos in each one, just producing things. It's in the Steam chat. There's 2 vivarium PDFs. Yep. I basically took the website and recreated it into a spreadsheet that would be easier to read in a PDF. Yeah, so like Basilisk will give you biotoxin, which is great for your shocking darts. So as you see here, I've got like 2.8 million biotoxin, and that's just constantly collecting.
Are these all the dinos that give you stuff, or this more?
I'm sorry, say that what?
And also,
The more the more dinos you have of whatever that the item produces, like magmasaurs will give you metal ingots. So like 1 or 2 magmasaurs, you're not going to get very much. You want like a dozen or so magmasaurs to have a decent amount producing.
and charcoal. Okay.
Yep, and then you have to have an item aggregator, which is this weird cylinder-looking thing over here in this corner that I have over by the cooking pots. What that does is it pulls, it grabs all the gotcha crystals, and it will send them to the crystal crackers outside. So let me pull up my collection options. You'll be able to see this, but collection options, I've got gotcha crystals and from vivariums. And then you can also do things that produce other things like gear, spoiled meat, organic polypaste, and all that. But since I already have that covered with that other one, I don't need those. And then, of course, distribution options. You want gotcha crystals to crackers and upload to Daddy storage. Treat spoiled meat as food, so that way it's not constantly. If you have any dinos out that need spoiled meat, you want to do that. Right. Now, this does have poop to dung beetles, and you can, like fertilizer to crop plots and stuff, but the Soul Terminal does all that for us, so I don't even bother with the S+. And the Soul Terminal was unlocked really early on for everybody, like I think like level 20 or something. Level 1, yeah. Right, so anybody can do a garden with the Soul Terminal, basically. And it will supply everything. And then, of course, I have 8 cookers because I have to keep cooking down shards. And in the last several months, I've got like over 200 stacks of soap. I don't need that much, but I do. Yeah, in fact, here's a box full of soap that I haven't transferred yet. There's 33 stacks in there I haven't even transferred yet. You guys can have some. I don't need it.
We don't need any. Yeah, you guys can have as much as you want.
Yeah,
We don't need
yeah.
any.
Whoever needs some soap, you can have some soap. You still have to unlock the tech rep. But if you'll notice, here, I've actually had to tell my harvesters outside to stop harvesting certain berries because my berries in the deadies got full.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually have to have another row now. I have double rows of everything.
Yeah. If you look over here on my other stuff, I've got 3 or 4 of metal ingots. I got a couple fiber, a couple of things of wood.
Yep.
I got 2 things of paste. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it accumulates,
Yeah.
and now hopefully you never have to take your base down because that's a mess.
Well, yeah, and I've got Gen 2 on your private server, so I keep that going, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I've got all this stuff here. Yeah, in Crystal Isles, if you're in the right area, you get all these rare flowers. I mean, I had to tell them to stop. Had to tell them to stop pulling rare flowers because the rare flowers build up.
Area for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah. And then also, those aberration mushrooms. Those all the other little aberration mushrooms. Yeah, some in your vivariums, they'll produce those 4 types of mushrooms for you, and the rare mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah. Also,
the aquatic creatures do that.
Yeah. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, there's different things. There's herbivores, carnivores. There's and then sea creatures. And then there's also specific dinos that give certain resources. Now, like if I had, I just got 2 Astrocetus from the admin shop, and I'm going to breed those so I can start making ambergris because they'll produce ambergris.
I'm in love with this one that you have out here.
No, not no, not the Delphus, the Cetus, the big space whale.
Yeah, the big space
Yeah, the big space whale will produce ambergris because anytime you kill one, you get a little bit of ambergris.
Yeah.
What do you use that stuff for?
To raise magmasaurs mainly, and also the saddle that goes on the
Yeah.
The saddle that goes on the Astrocetus also is made with ambergris.
How do I pull you up?
Okay, so any questions so far on at least the garden part? Because that's the easy one. That the gardening is the easiest one to set up, I think.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the gardening's super easy.
Yeah, the gardening thing is fairly simple. The gotcha farm is a whole new story. Okay, so gotcha crackers, in order to be able to produce these, you have to have crystals from the gotchas.
Yes, you need 20 per.
It's 10 per.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's 10 per each one. So, yeah, I've got.
I never knew you could overlap them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I overlapped them. Yep, and I used a ladder to make sure they were all straight and in their same place all the way around because of my OCD
There
issues.
you go, Loki.
Dreaming? The ladder works.
As long as
I've got 36 gotchas here producing stuff.
Of everything?
Stars on Dreaming server. Are couple.
I mean, what these like the ones that I've named them like the Elidus and stuff like that. The ones that I named, I set the production to specifically only that. But otherwise, I just let them produce all the random stuff, and you get tons of just stuff whenever you grind it.
Yep.
how what's your favorite level for crafting skill to get like the equipment and stuff?
Anything above 160, really, from what I understand, is pointless.
Yeah. You don't want to go above 160. I mean, I've hit 163 because I, hit the button just one time too many, but it really doesn't affect it.
Yeah, for what I was searching, it's 120 for materials, and then 260 for higher quality of like random brick.
So it'll be 260.
I mean, but if you've got really low level gotchas, you're not going to get that much into crafting anyways.
Yeah.
So.
And then if you try to mutate it, I wish you luck.
Yeah. I don't worry about mutating them. Yeah. So this terminal here, this has got my snow owls in it, and the pellets. I'm on the second floor with the soul terminals. This soul terminal here is got about 80 or 90, I think,
Mine can
snow owls
produce
in it,
pellets.
and then this automatically will distribute pellets to all the gotchas. So while I'm not feeding it, the soul terminal is feeding him pellets.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to have a male and a female, right? Because I have a female only and it doesn't produce the pellets.
Well, you need about 4. You need approximately 3 to 4 owls per gotcha. So if
Okay.
you have 30 gotchas, you need about 90 snow owls to keep up with the demand. Minimum 90.
Okay.
But since what do you do if you put too many points? The crafting skill that just gives you higher um,
Like gear and stuff like
higher
that.
gear and stuff,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I grind everything. So the way I've got this set up down here, I've got the grinder and my crackers down here.
Oh, you went down?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have the mind wipe me and my Dino on this one, do we?
No. But
That's
so
good to have.
I'll show you. I've got one.
Oh, Lord, look at how many crackers we have. Sheesh.
Yeah, I have 10 crackers, and they all have like 150 items in them right now.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is to push the grind button.
So I'll open up this. Again, I've got these transfer button things here. I'll pull everything. I'll pull stuff from the crackers and put it in here, and then I'll hit grind, and then I just use this other button to send everything to Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have the
So
grinder track where you just flip it on, come back off?
no, I just leave it on.
I have mine set where when you flip it on, it automatically grinds and you can turn it back off.
Yeah, you can. So yeah, this here, I just grabbed. I just went through the whole list and just basically just said, yes, I want everything. And you'll have to do that several times as your gotchas produce different things. Yes, you can have different buttons to pull different things. You can set your transfers. So like what you do is you pull up the wheel and you go up to edit transfers. No, you don't spin it and you don't win a prize, Peanut Gallery. And then you, that was my wife. She thinks she's funny.
That was cute, though.
They think you're funny.
She is funny.
It was cute.
So what I did with this is, again, I just put, on the source, I did crystal cracker, and then the destination is industrial grinder, and then I just in the middle section, I just clicked all the items in the thing to transfer, and then you save it, and then basically, so once I do that, then like it tells me transfer complete, 604 items transferred, and then I open up the inventory on this, I hit grind all, close it out, and then I'll hit this button here, the second button, to send it all to Daddy storage. So I'll unlock this so you guys can see what I'm doing. If you guys want to open up the inventory of the grinder, so I'm gonna pull stuff from the crackers, and then you'll notice that it's got all kinds of stuff in there. And then don't be pushing buttons now. All right, then I'll hit grind all, and you'll see it all transform before your very eyes. And then again, and then boom, I hit transfer, and they did everything. Now,
It's all gone.
yep. And so I'll do this until I clear it all out. Now, water bottles, water skins, and canteens do not grind. So you just have to.
I keep one of the tech incinerators next to mine. I just transfer it to it.
Yeah. So that's that. It takes a little time to get the gotcha farm thing going. Mainly because you have to breed them and so forth. But
Are you feeding them white traps too?
Yeah.
yes, I do feed them white traps. Yeah, I have a button inside here right next to the item aggregator that pulls the Y traps and sends it to the gotchas. So I just transferred over 1 million Y traps to my gotchas, and that will feed them for a while. I do also put weight. I also put a couple points into weight on these guys because what will happen is the stuff has to be in the gotcha inventory in order to be able to, like, even though the gotcha gavagers will have stuff in them, but for the most part, the gotchas just take everything and put it in their inventory. So I put a few points in weight on them so they can have extra stuff in their inventory and keep eating while I'm not here. So, the Gavagers, let's see, when did they unlock for everybody? Okay, so the Gotcha Gavagers unlock at level 85, and then the Crackers unlock at 94. So if you're at least 100, you should be able to set up a Gotcha farm.
Yeah.
I have bread over 100, and I still haven't gotten out a single Ellie one.
Yeah.
What I did with these guys here is I don't know if you saw that second soul terminal up there, but I filled it with a bunch of soul traps.
Yes.
And I just put all these guys on breed, and then I would just each day I would look at this here, and I would look for the ones that say which ones had whatever in it. So eventually, after I got so many gotchas and the ones that I needed, I stopped breeding them. But you can set that up to where they'll capture all the babies, and you can just breed the heck out of them until you get what you need. But yeah, I average approximately every 100, 150 gotchas. There's been rare times where I've gotten like 3 out of 100. It's just it's all random. So I have, let's see, Ellie gotchas. Ooh, I have 14 Ellie gotchas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you guys want to come in here, come inside the base. I should have it unlocked. Yeah, come inside the base here. Just take one each. They're in this one right here that say Ellie gotchas. There's babies in there. You'll have to raise them and imprint them yourself. Yeah. I just kept breeding them until I got a bunch of extra, and then I was going to sell them for Salvi, but I never got around to telling people that I had them.
You know something that I found out that if you put them in the soul terminal with dinos, they produce eggs, and I love it.
And eggs? Really?
Yeah, the eggs. Yeah, you have to start unfertilized.
Yeah, if you throw Maywings in there, Maywings will make every tier of egg.
Yep.
Well, right.
I have like 3 or 4 in there.
Yep, I have a soul terminal over here that's just Maywing eggs.
Yep.
Oh, okay, good night, honey.
Good night, Mrs. Richard.
Good night.
Good night.
So on that, call me by surprise when I saw your name on the server, because my name is actually Richard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Did everybody get an Ellie gotcha that wanted one?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm locking it up. Yep, the thing is you won't get Ellie gotchas if you breed it with an Ellie gotcha. I mean, I had 2 Ellie gotchas and I kept breeding them, and again, it's all random as to what you get out of it.
Yeah, it's random unless you
Yes, you can clone them.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can clone them.
And the higher the level of the dino, the more the more it costs to clone them.
Yes.
So that's why my gotchas are not very high level for that reason, because I didn't want to have to pay bukus of Ellie shards to do them. Yeah.
I do have a lost and found box.
Because it's dinos that I picked up that I keep forgetting to take over to the admin shop. In fact, this box right here,
Yeah.
this box right here has got 238 dinos in it that I haven't taken over yet.
Oh
Well,
damn.
you know, get it cracking.
Yeah.
How do
So
you
I
put it?
need
Count the cars that you've taken over, Granny?
No, I think they're still over at the base.
yeah, I need to take those over to the admin shop and put them in the soul terminals there for people to grab. So okay. So what other questions do we have?
My main concern was the gotcha. I really wanted to learn all of that, but
Yeah.
that helped me a lot, honestly.
Yeah, on my pre-order base, I don't have a gotcha farm. I only use the vivariums.
Okay.
So I went through that list that's on the vivariums list, and I just basically had a few of each of those dinos in all the vivariums. So they're producing the only there's a couple of things that it does that they don't make, but for the most part, you get everything. I mean,
Did we put fish in the soul terminal? Yeah,
trilobites produce stuff too. That's cool.
deep enough to get the
Yeah.
Europerids, they can produce black pearls too.
Yeah.
Does anybody want some vivariums? I can make a bunch of vivariums. Do you guys need some?
Sure, I'll take some.
See, do I have enough to make 30? I do. Yeah, one for each map. Yeah, so you need one for the island, one for Scorched Earth, and one for Aberration. Also, like for your harvesters and stuff, get a vanilla taxidermy. And when you do the vanilla taxidermy, you go to survivor settings, and then capture character, and you have to hold it for a second. But what you can do is you can keep doing this until you fill up your taxidermy, and that way you can use these for like your harvesters. Because then if you have a dermis and gear on them,
Wait, you don't need to pick up the dermis in order to get the dermis?
because it's got 10 spots in it, 10 slots inside the.
Ah,
So I can keep I can keep getting dermises until I
You
fill it up.
don't need to keep killing us. You can just use
Oh,
one of those.
Yeah, but it,
yes,
but
Stop
but I
killing us.
found the vanilla version of the taxidermy is the better version. The S plus ones you can do it, but I have found the vanilla taxidermies work best for this. And so like right now I've got 8 in there plus the guy that's standing up there, so I've got 9 in there. And then I use those for the harvesters.
I don't even.
The stove is gamma. So that means the tech fridge is beta, and the tech board is alpha.
I don't even
So-
have it unlocked yet.
Yeah. It doesn't cost anything to unlock, but you still have to have the heads to do it.
Yeah.
So, S plus generators I would highly recommend using the S plus generator if you're making generators, because they only use one element per 27 hours. So these are stupid cheap to run.
And
They're
they're
stupid
quiet.
cheap. And they don't make the noise, and they don't have that pulsing stuff out. I don't know what the Atlas generator, what the conversion is on this one. I don't know what the Atlas, but the vanilla you're going to use anywhere, depending on the range for the vanilla one, you're going to use anywhere from 5 to 20 element a day. And also, I noticed that you don't want to put shards in this here, because the shards deplete vanilla. We don't have an INI setting to change the shards. Only elements per day. So it's best if you use straight element in these, which is really you just need like 1,000 dust to get it going, and then turn on one of these tech reps, and make you some element. The auto crafters, you need a generic. You need a generic. I've got 2 of them over here. And in each one, I have a tech rep and a chem bench inside. So
It's
anything a
2,000.
tech, anything a tech rep can make, your personal inventory or chem bench, you can make in these. So like, who's that? Oh, that's Jorgen. Yeah, I don't have my mop. I don't think you'd be able to. I'll unlock it, but I don't think you'd be able to. But you need a smithy, an S plus bench, an S plus chem bench, and then a generic artifact. There's 4 items needed. So what you do is you go into the inventory and you select the crafting station, and it says your character, and then whatever you have in there. So I've got chem bench and replicator, right? So if I hit chem bench, all right, then I can go to select recipe. Let's say I want to make spark powder. All right, now you see this, there's a card in here. It looks like the ace of hearts or spades or something. It's a red card. And you click on that and you go up the top there where you can type in your number, type in 1,000, and then pull resources. And then as soon as it pulls it, it makes it. I don't know if anybody's looking in here, but it's just instantaneous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then the same thing so let's say I want to make so if I hit tech replicator, I can now, if I go in here, I can make, like, if you need like 100 walls or something and you don't want to wait for your tech rep to produce them all, you can,
Wait, what?
you know, yeah, your tech rep. Like, so if I want S plus tech walls, okay, so I can type in S plus wall, okay. Oh, well, that says wall torch. Okay. Let's type tech. Okay. And then wall. Okay, so there's the S plus tech wall, right? Okay, so now I have the recipe selected. I pull the thing, and boom, I just made 1,000 walls in less than 2 seconds.
Jesus.
Holy sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I make. That's also great for, like, if you're setting up turrets, you can make tons of ammo super quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can make your shocking trank darts. You can make, if you can make it in a tech rep, you can make it in this. So what you cannot make in these is like your kibbles. You can't make kibbles. You can't put in a you can't put anything that requires water. Like, so you can't put a cooking pot in there, and you can't put a laboratory in there. So it has to be the chem bench or the tech rep. So I use the now I don't know if you guys know this or not, but these tech cooking pots, they give you double of everything you make, but you don't get any XP from it. So if you're looking for something that gives you XP, stay with, the chem bench, the regular cooking pots. That's where you'll get your XP, because your XP is eliminated once you start using. You don't get any XP using the tech pods, the auto crafters, or the laboratories. Or same thing with all like the tech stove and the tech forge. You don't get any XP for doing any of that. So if you're looking to, if you're still looking to level up and you need lots of XP, then you need to keep using, the standard chem bench, the standard cooking pots, and things like that. If you don't care about XP and you just, want to kill a bunch of gigas to get major XP, then this is the way to go, because these 2 items here will double your output. So, like, if I tell it to produce 1,000, I think I still got the kibble in here. I did 1,000 extraordinary kibble, and it produced 2,000 off of it doubles the amount of output for these 2 items. So, like, instead of getting 12 stacks, so instead of only getting 12 stacks of spark powder, you'll get 24 stacks of spark powder. It makes your resources double. It
Oh yeah.
I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah. Right. And yes. Right. But again, the laboratories, I think they cost like 8 chem benches and 25 element. And then same thing with the cook pots. They cost 8 indie cookers and 25 element to make.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, guys, I have to get off. I gotta go to work in the morning.
So yeah,
It was fun
Go
learning.
on.
Yep.
yeah. So I'll have this, I'll post this video on YouTube so everybody can watch it again later, if you need to, because what's their face will delete it after 60 days.
Yeah.
So. Propagators, you know what? We will have to do that another time, Barmy. Propagators, that deals more with breeding, and there's a lot more to it than just a few settings. So that's when you start getting into weird breeding stuff. I think my teleporter out here, the cookie cutters one, I think if you guys need to, yeah, okay, here, this transmitter is unlocked. If you guys need to exit, there's a transmitter out here that's unlocked. So, yeah, I'll get this posted as soon as I can on my YouTube.
Okay.
And
So I can get rid of my element.
Yep.
so I appreciate y'all coming. I didn't think this many people would show up, but thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for the lesson.
Okay. Yep. So if you have any questions, just rewatch the video, and hopefully I've answered something. And I hope you guys.
I learned a couple things tonight. Thank you.
Well, that's good. That's great. All right, kids. Well, you all take care, and thank you all for the follows and the biddies and everything you did on Twitch tonight. I appreciate that. And if anybody else is watching, have a beautiful night. We'll see you guys.
Night.
Yep.
Peace, love, and little donuts.
Night. Yeah.
Night.